The year was 1929. It marked the end of the Roaring Twenties. The first patent for color TV was issued. In Chicago, Eliot Ness began shutting down Al Capone's speakeasies. And of course, 1929 was the year Wall Street crashed, ushering in the beginning of the Great Depression. An odd time to start a business, but in Louisville, Kentucky, a man named Alfred Lewis Schiller decided it was a good time to open a hardware store. From its humble beginnings as a mom-and-pop hardware store, selling hammers, nails, nuts, and bolts, Al Schiller adjusted as time passed, finding new and better ways of servicing the needs of his growing customer base. After World War II, there was a home building boom in the suburbs. For Schiller, this created the need to service residential home builders. From there, Schiller climbed the path that led to servicing the needs of Louisville's general construction industry. As the years went by, Schiller took on new product lines and learned the best way to partner with general contractors on the largest construction projects in the region. Today, Schiller Architectural Hardware has grown to 100 employees in 5 locations, supplying construction projects in Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, and Tennessee. Our staff includes 5 architectural hardware consultants. This credential is the designation given to those who met the educational requirements and have reached the highest level of excellence in our industry. Schiller Architectural is one of the nation's largest suppliers of commercial doors, frames, and hardware, as well as building specialties. We've supplied so many of the region's largest and most famous construction projects that we can't begin to list them all here. Schiller, too, has many years of experience in performing on-site installation of most products that we sell. We at Schiller are constantly challenged to find better ways to do things, to find the better path to getting the job done right. So, to better understand your needs, we've talked with building owners, with contractors, and with architects. One thing that we've heard loud and clear: few of you are happy with the outcome of your hardware installations. We've heard that more than once, that you've just come to accept an inferior hardware installation. There are lots of reasons for this, but most are just excuses. We all know it should be done better. But how? Well, we think we've found a better way. It's called pre-hardware. Our pre-hardware program allows for the doors to show up to your project with the hardware already pre-installed. That's because we do it for you in our shop, by our crew of factory-trained and factory-certified installers. Another group we've talked to are the manufacturer's field service personnel. They too have seen the poor quality installation that you may have experienced on your jobs. Every single one of the major manufacturers has told us the same thing. The majority of service calls they receive about their products failing comes down to a poor installation. We've watched field installation, and we've talked to the carpenters and the craftsmen that have installed hardware for years, and we came to what seemed to be a logical conclusion. The hectic place known as a job site is a lousy place to install hardware. Many trades are in a rush to complete their contracts, and naturally the openings you are working on are the ones they have to walk through. So besides being a very unproductive place to do your job, the stopping and starting lends itself to cutting corners, or making mistakes, or losing the special screw pack that came in the box. Drywall screws are a really great product for drywall, not for installing a $1,000 fire-rated panic device. Over the years, we've seen very creative ways to install complicated hardware items, not exactly the way the template directed or with all the parts that the manufacturer provided in the box. Imagine what Henry Ford's cars would have been like if he had built them one at a time, from start to finish, in the middle of a busy garage. Henry was a smart guy, and he quickly figured out that the assembly process was better on an assembly line. It just makes things more efficient, more organized, providing a better outcome in the end. That's what Schiller Architectural has done. We've developed a way to take the assembly line concept to install finished hardware on the door in our shop, and a method to get them to your job site ready to swing. If electronic hardware is involved, it'll already be bench tested and ready to go. So, we think if you give us a chance to partner with you on your next project, you'll like what you see. We think we can give you a better quality outcome on your project's openings. We will do it right. But one thing we won't do: we won't use any drywall screws. Guaranteed.